I don't know what Triple H is cooking up in that kitchen, but it is fire. Monday Night Raw and the rest of WWE has been insane for the past couple weeks here. With the Wyatt 6 debuting, Seth Rollins returning, Money in the Bank qualifying matches, and this Monday Night Raw was insane, which is what we're going to be talking about today, but we're also going to talk about real quick, Raw going to Netflix. This is according to a source. I have not confirmed it yet, but it looks pretty official, so let's get into it. Raw will be back to 2-hour shows, so most people are wishing on Raw being 2-hour shows. I honestly wish it would be 3 hours. I kind of like the 3-hour shows, mostly just because I enjoy sitting for 3 hours as long as they can make it a worthy 3 hours and not a boring 3 hours, but there will apparently be no ads for premium users, which is nice. I have a lot of questions on how it's going to work on Netflix, but we'll figure that out when it comes, I guess. There's going to be more uncensored and edgier content, so that's going to be interesting. There's going to be no PG guidelines, and SmackDown is going to be a 3-hour show. Everybody's been asking for Monday Night Raw to just go to 2 hours as well as SmackDown, but they kind of reversed what you've been asking for and put Raw down to 2 hours and SmackDown up to 3. So as long as they can make SmackDown more interesting, because the past few weeks SmackDown has been the worst show, but last SmackDown was great. If they can keep this momentum, get some more superstars on SmackDown, I would be happy. Use the superstars in better ways. It's all going to work out as long as they cook it right. Let's get straight into how Michael Cole and The Miz were commentary instead of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Obviously, we didn't have answers during Monday Night Raw, but we just got answers that his father-in-law passed that day, so he could not show up, which is fully understandable, as well as Sika, Roman Reigns' dad, passed. RIP to both of them. But let's talk about how Michael Cole did the announcing gig on his own for 2 hours of the show, as The Miz had to go deal with R-Truth and the Tag Team Championships and all that stuff. So, good job and props to Michael Cole, but let's get straight into the actual Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre was back in WWE after quitting last week on Raw. Speaking about CM Punk, and ultimately his ultimate goal, completing the promo, was wanting to get in the Money in the Bank match. Adam Pearce didn't think he deserves it. Still don't know if he is in the Money in the Bank match. Is he in a qualifying match next week? I'm not sure. Maybe. But I know next week's Raw is also going to be great because title match with Liv and Selena. There's Ray versus Dom, which was a WrestleMania match, but Chad Gable was alive. He was on Monday Night Raw. Actually in a match, which is insane. I mean, you can see it on his head. It's probably fake. He's probably not hurt, actually, but we'll follow with the storyline. That it was insane. But he had security following him around all night. Didn't want to talk to anybody. Felt embarrassed and nervous that the Wyatt 6 was going to come for him, which he was not wrong about. They did come for him. Dominic Mysterio eating 1,000-piece chicken nuggies, but also getting suspicious text from Liv Morgan. Dom, lucky man, Cuerpa, said Damian Priest. That's cool, said Carlito, and then Damian Priest would go on to being the father figure of Judgment Day, stopping all this, telling Dom he's got to take care of this tonight, and also telling Judgment Day they have to take care of the Braun Strowman problem tonight. But our first match of the night ended up being Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. This was a great match. Obviously Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser, great in-ring thing, really. Great in-ring compatibilism? I don't know the word. But this ultimately did end in another disqualification, as Ludwig Kaiser got hit with a brutal knee by Sheamus, though. That knee was insane. In the sell by Ludwig Kaiser was crazy, too. The way he was running and just ran straight into the knee, and he sat down. But backstage, Braun Breaker was mad, asking for a championship match. Sami Zayn came face-to-face with him, gave him the IC title match. What do you guys think is going to happen at Money in the Bank with this match? Do you think it's going to turn into a triple threat, maybe a fatal four-way with Ludwig and Sheamus? What do you think? Because Sami has had a history with triple threat matches, within this reign, so maybe. Or maybe they just give it to Braun Breaker. But I think the chance is a fatal four-way if you want to keep telling this story like Braun Breaker just keeps getting screwed out of victories or something. Because I don't think they're going to give Braun Breaker the championship yet. I think this will ultimately be his first loss, like official loss. It might be due to shenanigans, but I do think he's going to lose. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. But then we had the tag team the women's tag team match to determine if they can get a tag team championship match in the near future. They didn't. They lost. Not a lot of talk about this match. It was a good match. Good in-ring compatibilism, but that's about it. Finn. Seth Rollins and Damian Priest with a promo in the middle of the ring. They shook hands on an agreement that actually shook my mind. Blew my mind. Seth Rollins said, if you win and retain your championship, I will not be a challenger for your title as long as you are champion. And this is the part that actually blew my mind that I was not expecting. So this is great cooking. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins with the compatible. God, why do I? Long story short, Seth Rollins said, if you lose, you leave Judgment Day. Damian Priest said Judgment Day needs me more than I need them. And he accepted the challenge. And so now, the stakes is what I was looking for, is Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. If Damian Priest loses, he leaves Judgment Day. But our first Money in the Bank qualifying match of the night was Kairi Sane versus Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna Baszler. It was a great match. Ultimately did end in the way I think, which was Shayna Baszler winning. No, which was Lyra Valkyria winning in a good match. She won by kind of like a roll-through finisher off of an insane elbow to Shayna Baszler, I think it was, right? Or did she hit it on Kairi? No, I think Kairi hit. I don't know. Let's get into the next Money in the Bank qualifying match. Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed. It was a good match all the way until Judgment Day jumped Braun Strowman, kind of took him out of the equation, causing Chad Gable to hit a moonsault and get the victory, to my surprise. I didn't think they were going to put him in the match. But I think it'll give us a little bit more tension with Chad Gable at the pay-per-view. That will give us a better opportunity for the Wyatt Six to be there. And the Wyatt Six did show up, or just the Wyatt One. Nikki Cross, or Abby the Witch, for those of you that don't know. It is Nikki Cross. Came in the ring behind Chad Gable, kind of just freaked him out in a bunch of smoke. Gave Michael Cole a box for Pat McAfee. It ended up being a Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy interview. It was a little weird, because I didn't expect them to be in separate, because now it's got people confused. Is Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas, which I'm still sticking to that. I don't think there's any way it could be anybody else, but I mean, can we just talk about how much Bo Dallas looked like Bray Wyatt in this segment? It was insane and super emotional. I did enjoy it. It's got me hooked on this storyline, but it was definitely super emotional, like it says right there. Bo Dallas, I haven't seen Bo Dallas on TV in a long time, so that was great. But our main event was in my opinion, I loved it. A lot of people are hating on it, but the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD McDonough are the World Tag Team Champions, thanks to double dose of Liv Morgan. She got them the tag team match, and she got them the tag team championships as well. So, I mean, next week's Raw is going to be very interesting, because they are kind of accepting her, as after the match when she tried celebrating, they said, okay. They don't care, because they don't care. She got them the match, and she got them the titles. That's all they really care about, honestly. And I'm really happy that Awesome Truth lost it. No disrespect to them. Triple H and Monday Night Raw and WWE was just not doing the right thing with them. They weren't defending. They weren't doing really anything except for backstage funny segments, which I did enjoy with R-Truth, but they had to have been doing more. Judgment Day is going to be doing more. I think there's going to be a storyline. I think these tag titles are going to be the breaking line of Damian Priest and Finn Balor, causing that rivalry. And I think there's going to be a lot to go on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before you go, please hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss daily YouTube videos here on this channel. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still learning here. Thanks for watching.